Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go over the top 5 videos I visited over the summer. Now, I've visited a lot of skate parks over the summer, and one of the big things that I have to say over all the skate parks that I've visited is that they are basically all the same. They have the small box, they have the big box, they have a nice little transition section, and that's all you really need to skate. So it doesn't really matter what skate park you go to, it just matters that you're on your board having fun. So I have officially ended my skate park tour for this year. I will restart it next year, next summer. Now, with all that mumbo jumbo being said, let's get into the top 5 skate parks I visited over this summer. Now, the first park I want to mention is a small little park. It's cute. The only reason I'm really mentioning it up on this top 5 is because I just want to make the valid point that you don't really need much to have fun on your skateboard. And that skate park is Berri Skate Park. This skate park has a little half pipe in the back. There's a box, a picnic table you can sit down and eat your lunch on and hang out on and try and skate if you want. And that's just about it. There's not really much else there. Number 2 on the list would probably be Judson Skate Park. This one's in the Seattle area. This park is pretty cool. It was under construction when I went. The middle area is supposed to be filled in with grass, and it's supposed to be more of a plaza style skate park. So this park is, again, perfect because it has everything you need. It has a nice little bowl transition area, and then also has this cool ledge mani pad setup where you can just go back and forth doing manis, ledge tricks, and that's basically all I do when I skate. So that park is perfect for me. I loved it. I had fun. There's a step up there. The step up was weird for me to skate, but I mean, who doesn't complain about one obstacle at a skate park? The third one on my list would have to be Lake Stevens Skate Park. This one is one of the newer skate parks in the area. It was recently developed, I think last year, 2020 or 2019. I can't quite remember. Don't quote me on that. I remember going to the skate park when there were still fences all around it and just thinking that this park was awesome. It was amazing. It's a plaza style skate park. It's one of the more recent plaza style skate parks that they're starting to incorporate here in Washington. Now, my favorite part about the skate park is just the way it's laid out. I honestly just skate around in circles in the entire skate park and go around and around for hours, not even like trying to do any trick in particular, just pushing and just cruising. Another little tidbit about that skate park is there's a gas station right across the street. Ooh, amazing slushies. I could spend all day at that skate park just because of that gas station. Now, the fourth one I have on my list is also in the Seattle area. This one's the Northgate Skate Park. It's located right outside of the Northgate Mall. Now, my favorite thing about the Northgate Skate Park is the way that they have the ledges all set up. You can 50-50 to drop down mani, or you can just like gap over it if you want. I had a blast skating them. That's basically the only thing I did skate when I went to that skate park. The transition's really nice. The only thing is that they got that weird little mini quarter off to the end that I always get hung up on super little things like that, so I kind of completely avoid them altogether just because I don't want to look silly and die on something so small. Now, before I get to the 5th and final skate park of this journey that I have, I want to just bring up some honorable mentions and bring up a couple of the worst skate parks that I went to because there were a couple bad ones. I have 2 honorable mentions, one of them being Marysville Skate Park. It's up north. Now, this one's probably the most north skate park that I went to. This skate park is amazing. It's a little slice of heaven. It has everything you need. And the only reason I'm not including it in my top 5 is just for the simple fact that I feel like everything there is geared towards going bigger. Now, mind you, they do have a small little box and a nice little rail and a mani pad, which is perfect, but the other obstacles like the stair sets and everything, I feel like it's more for the advanced, I already know what I'm doing on my skateboard type of skater, not the I'm just gonna go there and try to do things skater, because there are obstacles there that I don't even want to skate. My second honorable mention would have to be Monroe Skate Park. All in all, just like every other skate park on this list, it has everything you need. My only complaint about that skate park is how spread out everything is. I just feel like when I'm going from obstacle to obstacle, I have to sit there and push and push and push, and I'm wearing myself out before I even try the trick. Now, I do have 2 pretty terrible skate parks that I went to. Now, the first one I'm going to mention is terrible for one completely different reason than the second one. The second one is terrible for reasons that are completely out of our control. The skate park is fine. The skate park is okay. So the first one I'm going to mention is called Lyndale Skate Park. This skate park is located in Linwood, Washington. There's like a quarter pipe there, and there's a hip, and that's it. Other than that, there's a couple banks and like a little bowl you can hit. Other than that, this is probably one of the worst skate parks I've ever been to in my entire life. There's literally nothing there. You could have just put an empty parking lot and I would have been more happy with that, honestly. Now the second skate park I'm mentioning is called Walter E. Hall. And this skate park I didn't even go to. Now I had a whole plan to go film and to go edit there, but as I pulled onto Casino Road up here in Everett and I pulled into the skate park, I saw cars with graffiti on it and I saw sketchy people. Now don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm sensitive to that sort of environment, but when I have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of camera gear on me and I have my drone and all this stuff and I'm sitting there working on trying to get a trick and I'm sitting there focusing on a trick and not focusing on where my camera gear is, then all of a sudden things will go missing. It is to say, however, I did go there and I did skate. It is a decent skate park. It's mainly transition, so if you're into vert or to skating on quarter pipes, that would be more of your pace. I, however, am not, so that skate park wasn't really geared for me personally, which is another reason why I didn't really mention it in this skate park tour that I went on. The final shebang, the fifth skate park that I have to mention, I'm bringing it home, bringing it back to my home skate park. This is Martha Lake Airport Skate Park. So essentially this park is my home. This park is where I grew up skateboarding, where I learned how to mani, and this skate park it's awesome. It's perfect. Now the only thing that this skate park doesn't have is a rail. There's not one single rail you can skate here, but there are ledges. And the ledges are perfect and buttery all times of the day, because that's where I fell through on my skateboarding, is I never got the chance to learn how to skate a rail properly. I can flip my board like nobody's business, but if you tell me to go do a feeble grind or smith grind or something like that, I'm gonna struggle. And I just want to really emphasize the point that you don't need a whole lot to have fun on a skateboard. The only thing holding you back when you skateboard is your own attitude. So just remember, be the difference, and stay tuned next week, because who knows where I'll go.